Is backing five South African women artists, producers and managers through a competition as a way of celebrating Women's Month. The competition will form part of Paradise Africa's mission to provide independent artists the opportunity to share their music on global platforms. Now, producers, singers, songwriters, groups and managers who are looking for a distribution partner are now invited to submit their demos, where they will be able to receive many tools they need to shape their musical careers should they win the competition. To tell us more, we joined via Skype by Sarah Jane Nicholson, the founder of Africa Rise Music Conference. Sarah Jane, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure, Sarah Jane. You launched this competition this month in celebration of the Women's Month. Why did you deem it fitting to curate a competition designed for women?
Well, of course, being a female myself and having to experience the obstacles of working in a male-dominated industry, and of course being Women's Month, we thought, why not, of course, and also during Corona and everyone's locked down and not performing live, why not try and create some motivation for females in the industry to create some content and support them in doing so.
Now, take us through the status of women in music. Do they get the same opportunities as their male counterparts, or is there still some room to grow?
Definitely lots of room to grow. There are a lot more organizations that are popping up that are focused on developing women in music, one of which I'm a founding member for the South African chapter called Women in Music South Africa. We actually launched with a couple of women only 3 weeks ago. So there's a lot more support, but there's a lot of need for the understanding of, women are not only on the admin side or the booking side, but they can also be producers, they can also be engineers, they can also do things that are behind the scenes that are perhaps not artist focused, but they can do, you can have a wonderful woman producing a record, just like you have many famous male producers.
Okay, and what will the winners of this competition get? And what is the criteria for those that want to take part?
Right, so we've said we're focusing on women, not only women artists or producers or songwriters, but I feel that there's a strong need for executive focused development within South Africa. So, of course, being an executive myself, I would have loved to have an opportunity, in my earlier career days to work on a competition, not being the artist. So the idea is, if you're an artist manager or a label or a female also producer or artist, you can submit your application on our website. You'll see it online here. It's a form. You just have to give your information. We are then going to look at a shortlist. Our shortlist will be analyzed with our A&R managers across Berlin and San Francisco, because we have a global network of A&Rs. And those guys will look at not only the quality of the music or the originality of the music, but they will also look at the back catalogue of the music. So how have they been produced and released in the past? And then we will look at the social platforms and how strong those artists are. I always say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So it's very important for us to know that, yes, we have strong materials coming from the female artists, but they also have the discipline to follow through when we provide them with the structure and infrastructure of a professional team, that they can then take that guidance and implement it into their rollout. So that's how to enter the competition. What they will get is they will get, of course, an international team who will help them with their A&Ring of the songs. They will get PR and promo, looking at media as well as radio support. Each one will get 1,000 Rand online spend, which will help them engage with fans that are their pocket of interest. And then one lucky artist is going to get a bigger package. They're going to get a record deal. They're going to get a music video. And we're really going to look at helping them develop from the grassroots up, or whether they're more advanced, helping them to build bridges, because our focus at Paradise Africa and Africa Rising Music Conference is to build bridges between Africa and the rest of the world, creating revenues and streams outside of South Africa for these artists so that they can generate income.
Okay, and Paradise sound system launched earlier this year. How has it grown since inception? Is it where you want to see it?
Well, of course, Corona has impacted our vision for growth. However, we've had more with Spotify and Apple streaming numbers up, and Paradise working on with all the online stores. We've seen a lot more artists wanting to record and release, which is great for us. They're looking at other places for revenue, and of course, streaming is where it's at. So in that way, yes, we've been a great support for artists that have been looking for support outside of live. With the second phase now, we're focusing on females, which is exactly where we want to go. We've had some great success with artists such as Zakes Bantwini, securing them support on the international stores, such as the European Apple main store feature, which it's unbelievable. He's never had that in his whole career. So we've really had not only working with grassroots artists and developing them in their initial streams, but we've had the opportunity to work with bigger names, which is, of course, something that I love, because we need to develop not only the youngsters, but also the artists that are up there that aren't getting to the international waters.
And this is in conjunction with the Africa Rising Music Conference. How did this partnership come about?
Yes, so Africa Rising Music Conference is a massive passion of mine, because I love to build bridges and connect people. I always feel it's not about what you'll get afterwards. It's about, creating value. And I've been traveling across the world, focused on developing the understanding for the African market across various international conferences. And I felt like we needed an executive-focused conference in South Africa that really focused on a top-tier level of industry executive. And so it came about with an idea and a vision and dream. And because of my international travels, I was very lucky to get off the bat the Dutch Music Export Office interested, as well as the Berlin Music Commission. And they jumped on board and said, we would love to support this project. And once that happened, I thought, well, we have to make this happen. So we had our first mini conference in January, with the idea of course, having it in May. That didn't happen, but we pushed it back to next year, May 2021.
Okay, Sarah Jane, just before I let you go, where and how can people who want to enter this competition get more information?
So the website is ARM Collective. That's ARM for Africa Rising Music, collective.com. You'll see under the news section, you can click on the news section, you'll see our competition. It's also on Africa Rising Music Conference on social media. So just look up Africa Rising Music Conference. You'll see our competition link in bio. And on Paradise Africa social media, just Paradise Africa on Instagram and Facebook. Paradise Africa, you can find the competition link in bio. And if not, you can contact me. My handle on Instagram is SJN Boss Lady, and I'll always help you, point you in the right direction.
All right, Boss Lady, thank you so much, Sarah Jane, for chatting to us this morning. We appreciate the time.
All the best. Thank you.
All right, that was Sarah Jane Nicholson talking to us about the Paradise Africa and Africa Rising Women's Month competition, which seeks to provide a gateway for independent South African artists in order for them to showcase their music on a global scale. Let's now go back to our social media.